So my name is Yulia. I was born and raised in Lviv, which many of people have heard at this point because it's in western part of Ukraine. And I grew up in quite a privileged family, as my dad is a lawyer, and my mom was a stay-at-home mom.
But can you tell us a bit what was growing up in Ukraine like? What are your childhood memories?
Growing up in Ukraine was a very interesting experience just because, as I said, while Ukraine is still part of Europe, it's still not at the point where it, like as other countries are, people are lacking a lot of opportunities. And in order to become someone successful and get something in life, you genuinely have to work so much harder than a lot of people from a lot of other European countries. That is why, like, when you get some opportunity to travel abroad or get a degree abroad, you do everything you can in order to get the best grades and do everything just because you understand this chance is not given to many people in Ukraine. That's why I think I was very lucky, and I'm genuinely very thankful for the opportunities I were given.
And your family is, if I understood well, still in Ukraine. Where are they based now? And in terms of this recent war events, how are they?
So my family is okay. Thanks for asking. Obviously, despite the circumstances, it's hard to say everyone is great, but my family still lives in Lviv, which is in the western part of Ukraine, and so does most of my relatives and my friends. They're not planning to leave Ukraine at any point soon, and even if they wanted, there is not such opportunity for them. As you might know, men at the age of 18 to 60 are not allowed to leave the country anymore. However, I was quite surprised, like when I spoke to my family at the beginning of the situation, as they told me from the start that even this opportunity was given to them, they wouldn't leave their country. And I had similar conversation with a lot of my friends. And while it's obviously very hard to have your family in a war zone, I really admire their decision to stay there and support their country as much as they can.
What's the situation in the city actually?
Like, we have a lot of people in my hometown currently like staying who came from like Kyiv and other parts of Ukraine. And I think with each day, the more and more people come, despite it's being very difficult and very dangerous to travel around the Ukraine at the moment.
So what are your predictions? How do you think that this war can be stopped? Can Putin be stopped in any other way than a full-scale intervention by NATO?
To be honest, it's really hard to say. Unfortunately, Ukraine is a very strong country. I just want to say it from the start, and the way our military was fighting since the day one, I think impresses the whole world, just because we're so outnumbered and outgunned, and yet we have been staying strong for 10 days now. However, Ukraine really needs the support of NATO and the rest of the world in order to win this war. This is why I really think in order for Ukraine to win this war, they need support from the rest of the world. I don't think we can win it by ourselves.
Yes, we saw that a lot of women actually joined the army over there, which is impressive. Most of those women actually never went to the army before. And is there any message, anything that you would like to say to them? I don't know, those can be your friends. I don't know if you have any friends over there or family members who went to the army, except the male population, of course, who joined the forces.
I actually don't have any family members who joined the forces themselves. However, all of the women that I know back home, they either volunteer at shelters or help some sort of way to support their country. And I honestly don't think I have much more to say to them rather than praise them for how strong they are. And I always knew Ukrainian women were very strong, and we always had to fight a lot for having what we have right now. However, I just genuinely really admire those women, and not just the one who fight in a war and joins the army, but also who supports their kids on an everyday basis, who takes their kids to shelters and tells them like that everything's going to be okay. I honestly don't know how they do that. Also, the women who give a birth in bomb shelters, like I just genuinely want to applaud them and say that I really hope that we're just going to win this war. So
2 days ago in Belgrade, in Serbia, were the protests of the support to Russian regime. Let's say like that. What do you think about that?
It is difficult. I also spoke to one of my friends like this week, and she's from Ukraine, but her family lives in Kiev, and I've been helping her to relocate them from Kiev to Poland, and she's right now luckily with her family in Ireland, and they're all safe. But we spoke a few days ago, and we were like, it feels like we grow up like 10 years in 1 week. And I think it was the same from a lot of people who survived the Sarajevo war. And it's definitely people underestimate like what impact the war can have on people's lives besides those who are actually on the front line. And women, as you said, like have to carry such a heavy burden with their men and taking care of the kids. And yeah, I just really admire them and hope that all Ukrainian women stay strong, because it's definitely very difficult times for everyone there.
Definitely.
Andrea, what do you say as a mom?
Yes, I have 2 kids. 2 kids. And you know, my mom was my age, and I have kids the same age when the war started. And I was thinking how she did it. You really right now is position as a mom. First of all, I was 7. My son is 7 right now, and she was the same age as me when the war started. And you don't have food. We didn't have food, etc. Luckily, right now, the people in Ukraine, for now, they have water, food. There's still electricity. So how she did it, and it's incredible the strength. As you said, you grew up so fast. In a day you are growing up. It's incredible. Actually, the force of a woman is incredible. We don't see it up until we don't get in the situation. I won't say as a war, because this is extreme, but whatever situation that we are facing, and that it's out of the box, you see your strength.
No, definitely. I am very close with my mom, and she just keeps saying that she's so lucky that I have a younger brother who is also abroad right now. Mm-hmm. And she keeps saying that she is so lucky that we are both not in Ukraine right now, because she doesn't know, like her actions would be totally different if she was like, if I had 2 young kids, I genuinely don't know what I would do. And you just get into this mode of like protecting my kids and protecting my family. So right now she just has this mode with my dad and taking care of him. But yeah, women have to go through a lot, especially those who have like very small kids right now. And as I said, like I really applaud them.
Yes, that's true.
Yeah, I think it hurts us all because it's close to us. It's so close to us geographically. It's so close to us. It's happening in the middle of Europe. So for us, I think maybe do you agree, Andrea? Like out of all the conflicts that we witnessed in Syria, in Lebanon, in Palestine, I think this is the closest, hits close home.
So I just want to thank those people for supporting Ukraine, and just hope you continue supporting us throughout this war. And let's just all hope that this war ends very soon and Ukraine actually going to win this.
It surely will. I think that we can maybe conclude with just one sentence that is so viral these days, and that's Slava Ukraini.
Heroям slava.
Thank you so much, Julia.
Thank you so much, both.
Thank you.